Welcome back to Sportfest, name me when in sports. As always, I'm your host, Sabotage. Today we talk a little NFL. Obviously we had Ovi. It was Ovi that we had the NFC and AFC conference championships this Sunday. Technically, still Sunday. We had Patty the Batty versus Badass Joey Burrito Joe Shiesty as they call him. And then I think it was Jamar Mixon was calling him, what was he calling him? Super Joe or something like that. Enough with the nicknames now. But let's get to the game. Went to overtimes, ladies and gentlemen. The game most definitely went to overtime. It was not as exciting as Chiefs versus versus the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, Patty Batty. That experience and all, it wasn't as good as that, but this was pretty good. It really did look like the game was over halftime, right before it hit halftime. If Tyreek Hill hit somebody else if Patty Mahomes hits somebody else other than Tyreek Hill in that situation where he hits him on the left side, and then he goes down with no timeouts left or nothing, or maybe if they went for the field goal, I don't know. In that situation, they could have gone for the field goal, but they did not. They decided to go for it all, in which I thought it was a good decision, but he should have gone somewhere else with it. I mean, obviously, this is hindsight thinking right now. As they say, hands out, pretty. Get out of here with that mama jumbo. He should have, could have, but still, it didn't look like the worst decision at the time. But, they were up 23-2. Was it? I thought they were up 23-. It says right here 23-10, but I thought they were up 23-3 after the half. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe that situation happened. It somewhat did. Okay, so they were up. It was 21-10, I guess. But I thought it was 21-3. My mistakes, but whatever. Still, if they would have gotten that, I'm sure, and I think the Chiefs eventually got the ball back in the. I think they ended up getting the ball in the second half. I forget that part. But either way, I think the Chiefs. I think the Bengals got it, but then the Chiefs pretty much took it away from them not too long after that. The bad mistake. I don't know if you can call it a mistake. It was just an interception, I guess. Pretty much a bad throw by Patty the Batty. He threw it right into one of the lineman's hands, pretty much, or the DEs, right into the hand. I forget who it was, but he had himself an interception. Let's see if we can find out who that was. Interception by Hill. I think it was Hill, or was it Van Bell? I'm 1,000% sure it was Hill because he's 92. BJ Hill was the one who got it. And then Von Bell had the other one. This was pretty much halftime or overtime, where the Chiefs got the ball, and everybody pretty much was like, "Game over." It was not game over, ladies and gentlemen. It was game over for the Chiefs at that point, and. Yeah, that's how the story ended pretty much with Joe, the Bad Burrow, and Money McPherson hitting the field goal at the very end. Even then, even after the interception, the Chiefs' defense was horrendous. It was terrible. Bad defensive play after play after play at the very end. Similar to how it was in the beginning of the season, but yeah, that was very disappointing from the Chiefs Kingdom. They're all pretty mad about that, I would guess. Even the boy Jackson Mahomes. Just had to put in a little Jackson Mahomes joke in there real quick. Even though it wasn't the greatest, it was delivered, I guess. Next game on the plate is the great 49ers versus this 49ers versus the Rams. California is my home, or California is my family, as Arnold Schwarzenegger says. This game I thought would be, I actually thought neither one, in my opinion, I thought it would be blowouts by both games. 49ers would have been by a blowout, and Chiefs would win by a blowout. I was clearly, well, actually, I was close to being right, I guess. If you go back, you know, it was 21-3 at one point, so it was right at one point. I was. Not really. But yeah, Rams 49ers, that game was pretty good, I guess. Even though I didn't expect too much from this game, I guess the Rams defense delivered. Stamped and delivered. Cam Akers, 13 attempts or 13 carries. Sony Michel with 10 for 16. That's not so great, but Matty Stafford, the Stafford, former number 1 overall pick, Matty, came in decent, even though that one interception wasn't so great. Could have probably had another INT, but didn't. Oh, that, forget what player, we're going to have to go check on. It was a safety for I think it was Tart, towards number 3, Tart, who probably could have, well, actually, I mean, the 49ers did have a lead at one point. If Tart would have caught that interception, it would have been great for them, because then they would have just pretty much done a whole bunch of running and probably gotten a field goal or a touchdown out of that. But I mean, even though they pretty much would have been on their side of the field, so they would have still had to work to even get that. I mean, Deebo Samuel did all he can. Brandon Ayuk did a little decent. Jimmy Garoppolo, as we all know, didn't do so well. Obviously, that very last play just destroyed him, but it was pretty much over a little bit before that one play. I don't know what he was trying to do, scrambling. I said this in one of my other videos that if Trey Lance was I thought he was going to be used last week. He wasn't used last week. I thought he'd be used a little bit this week, and then in the Super Bowl they use him a lot more. Clearly, that did not happen or they did not use Trey Lance. I don't know if he's injured or something. Somebody told me that he might have been injured, but I didn't think he was injured, or didn't know if he was injured or not. They didn't use him, but I mean, they had the ultimate weapon as in Deebo Samuel, and they lost with him. But clearly, the star power of Cooper, the ball in the cup, OBJ, and boy Van Jefferson, even though they did lose Tyler Higbee. They lost Tyler Higbee. But that didn't have, I mean, it obviously had some effect, but still, for a little bit there, I thought the 49ers could get away with it and end up winning the game, and that did not happen. But pretty much, we got what we somewhat wanted. I honestly thought it was going to be 49ers. I thought it was going to be, I thought Mama told me, I for sure thought it was going to be Bengals, Chiefs versus Rams. I guess I was right on one. But when the Chiefs lost, I was like, I think I'd rather have the 49ers go, just 49ers versus Bengals. I feel like that would have been a little bit better, because I feel like the Rams are going to beat the Bengals. I don't know how bad or anything, but I just feel like there's too much for them to handle with all the offensive power and the defensive power. Plus, it's at SoFi Stadium, so they got home field advantage. They pretty much got everything, even though I'm pretty sure most people are going to be rooting for Joey, the badass. Joey Shiesty, as he was doing. I don't know what he was doing in that one video. Joe Shiesty. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be rooting for Joe Shiesty. But Jimmy G's time looks like it's up. with the 49ers. It's most definitely going to be Trey Lance's team next year, or I don't know if they trust him, or I don't know what's going on there, because they would have used him a little bit more if they did, or if Mr. Shanahan, if you liked him that much, you would have used him a little bit. Maybe he would have gotten some experience in in the conference championship game. Maybe that would have helped. But he clearly didn't use him, and they're at where they're at. February 13, ladies and gentlemen, 5:30. Be there or be NFL Square. Yeah. But yeah, then we also got the Pro Bowl game. I don't think I'm going to be watching any of that or talking about any of that Pro Bowl game. Not really too big of a fan of the Pro Bowl game, or skills challenges. I'm pretty sure they have that this year. I might check that out, but the Pro Bowl, no way, Jose. I am your host, and your host is out. Sabotage out. Dabbing like the usual, as the amigos say. 16 missed calls. Sabotage out.